Good. Brad, just some of your feelings after that one, if you could, please.
It was brave. Over our last two performances, or even our last three performances, like whole KR, we got ourselves in a winnable position and we found a way to lose it. And then the following, so we're learning. We found a way the next week, got ourselves in a winnable position. We found a way to hang on and win. And tonight we were down, and come from behind and found a way. So we're learning some good lessons while we're still collecting a few points, which is good. The thing I'm really impressed with, we're 11 rounds in and the wanting of the desires there. Like every game we've come with the right choices and we've made the right choices around our effort and physicality. And that's not down to me, that's the players. Like they're making those choices. So that's the bit I'm really excited about, is that, they're giving us something to work with, because we're miles away from our best footy and we don't need to be there. We need to be at least we're getting better each week.
16-4 down, what are your thoughts at that point?
I was pretty happy with myself tonight, actually. I'm usually quite emotional, but I remained nice and calm, because I just felt like if we could drag it into the style of footy that we wanted to and execute our plan, which we didn't do great. And I thought, we've got to give credit to them. They played really well. They didn't give us much. They completed high. They kicked well. They just probably beat us at the simpler things of the game. So look, we've got plenty to learn from it, but at least it didn't cost us the 2 points.
That lengthy stoppage for Jordan Rapinoe, it was 11 minutes. It seemed to go against you.
Yeah, it did. We started really well. We just needed to probably go back and start over again. So that's something I can look at, and how I, again in that situation, if it ever happened again, how I could do better myself as a coach to get them ready for that.
It's not something you'd ordinarily prepare.
It's not, but I need to be better there.
How at 16-4, the Brodie Croft try saver? What can you say about that?
I just think there was a set of 3-4 sets in a row on our trial line. That's where, from there, I felt like, I think we're going to win this, and it's going to come down to the last couple of minutes and we're going to come up with something big, because, you always get what you deserve, but that's, what I was thinking, we deserve to, on the back of that defence, to fight our way out, and it would be good for our spirit.
That captain's challenge as well was pivotal. Is that the best way to use it, to keep it?
I think Ash Handley, with his leadership, has really grown. He's playing some really good football. He's playing really well. And, we had three bits of experienced plays from three experienced players in the team at the back end of the game with 3 minutes to go. Kallum, just nice and cool under pressure on the last tackle. He doesn't get his hands anywhere near the ball. Nice and calm with their challenge. They knew what they needed to do. Then Ash comes up with a nice carry down the left-hand side of the field. And then Ryan Hall on the other side of the field scores a try that not many blokes would. So, there's three bits from experienced players and leadership, and that's what their job is.
Just give us an insight into your emotions with 1 minute 45 seconds when Hawley crashes over in the corner. What's going through your mind?
The kick-off. Yeah, that was what was going through my mind. As a coach, you always want to be looking at what you can do and how you get better. And so I try to remove myself from the emotion and what's going to happen. I worked on the worst case scenario, missing the goal. So then all I was worried about was the kick-off and making sure we didn't give away a penalty. So that was the messages. That was all that was going through my head.
Cameron Smith got 50 minutes on his return. Are you happy with his involvement?
Yeah, he was okay. I'm an honest person. I think he'll want to be better than what he was for his first game back. And, we got a couple of things wrong in defence. But he's a handy addition to our team, certainly.
Just lastly from me, you're obviously aware that you've got a resilient bunch here, but is that just another tick in the box towards that?
Well, it certainly makes me comfortable that we have plenty to work with. That's a bit of a reward for how hard they've worked in the pre-season. But, it's round 11, we've got to keep doing it every week. We can do it week in, week out. Whole KR do it week in, week out. And, we haven't proved that we're that team yet. That's what we've got to prove.
Brad, do you think sometimes a win like that can make a season or certainly push you a long way towards doing something?
Well, it helps with your belief. You know, like you got to in a long season, you got to be able to win from being in front, from being from behind. A bit of bad luck, you know, like we put ourselves in an awkward position to start the second half where we just turn the ball over, and they put a kick up and it's going dead for all money and hits the post. So, but you know, like you might say they got a bit lucky with it. Well, they got luck on the back of, you know, executing their plan better than we did. So, but you know, we stayed strong. We were nice and tough, and yeah, that resilience was pleasing for me.
I was going to say, it is a resilient team, isn't it? Because
Well,
in the last sort of 10 minutes, they were like the kick out on the floor.
Well, I think we showed that last week too, didn't we? You know, like we had a try disallowed and we couldn't quite finish Saints off, but then we did, you know, with a couple of minutes to go. So whereas the week before, you know, we couldn't get the job done against Hull KR, and that might have been in the back of the boys' minds. So they're all small steps forward. You know, like at least we're not up and down at the moment. We're trying to be nice and consistent each week.